Yo. Yes, sir. What's up, guys? Yes. This DJ will kick the floor in 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to Mzansi. We're back again, and it's that time of the night. And for some people, they don't know, morning, during the day. But look, I'm chowing my coffee because these days I'm sleeping late, very late. Emily, can you believe that I still have to go back home?
It's been a long week. That's what I can say. It's been a long week. It's been a long week. With this trial, it's taking a lot out of us.
A lot.
So, but we don't want to miss anything.
No.
For me, it's important. So if it means I have to lose sleep, then I will.
Definitely.
I will. We can always sleep when it's done. Yeah, but it's a lot, you guys. Today, after what happened, it was just like, wow. But I guess in my view, I was a little bit relieved because I don't know how I was going to cover more than 5 hours of that cross-examination.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it felt for me, I hope he's fine. I hope he will get well. He will get the treatment health-wise that he needs over the next 2 days.
I mean, I don't know.
I hope he recovers.
It was a very not good scene. And we hope that it is just something that came up.
Yeah.
Hey, this court, Pella. We've been told things here in this court. A lot of things. So let's remind you to please subscribe and like the video and share the video. Just on that, while we are saying that, I would like to address this thing. If you feel that we are laughing, or Emily is laughing, or too much, and this is a very sensitive issue, this is not for you. The show is not for you, and I'm saying this in a good way.
Yeah.
Because if you are in South Africa and you are watching all these things happening, eventually you are going to laugh. You are going to say, but really, some of these things don't make sense. It's like you're just gonna laugh at some point and laugh at what is happening. What is happening in our country going down.
It's not even a laugh to say that.
It's not a funny, cracking type of fun.
I can't believe this.
It's
more of a, I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah, so we get people who are saying they're not gonna like because we
then this is not the right platform.
It's not the right
for
platform.
you.
The right platform. That's why we're not on ENCA. That's why we're not Newsroom Africa.
Yes.
That's why we're not all these channels.
Mainstream. No,
we
not mainstream.
Are an independent channel that seeks to present the way they want to.
Yes.
So meaning we don't have a manager.
Restrictions.
We don't have a manager, and we don't have a sponsor. No one is sponsoring us to buy all these things. We combine together and get things out of these things. And we don't even have what people might think we have, We have few people who are supporting us in terms of being members.
Yes.
We thank you.
Thank you
so much. We thank you very much. Those people, when they talk, we listen because it comes from a good heart. Someone who comes here the following day is already telling Emily, do not laugh, do not.
And what made you click on this video is not me. It's a thumbnail.
No, because we don't put Emily's face. Yeah.
It's the news. My face is not on the thumbnail. So I'm here to present the news. I'm not the story. If we are looking for the story or people who have made their content about themselves, there's a lot of them on YouTube.
No, there's a lot of them.
There's a lot
of them.
But this is not the reason why I'm here.
No.
So let's make that very clear.
No.
I'm just here to report on the news.
We are here to enjoy.
That's all. And give my opinion. That's all.
So, guys, other than that, we shouldn't be even entertaining these things. Just that we have to say. But it's irritating
because it's like now there's a choir coming.
Because I don't like addressing people in the channel because it's sort of it's like we're addressing the wrong people in any case. The person is not even here. So, Emily, what happened today in the court?
Yo. Let me start at the beginning. So Ramosepele continued with his cross-examination of Thokozisi Twala, asking about the evidence, the crime scene, what had happened to the crime scene. So he asked, was the crime scene cleaned before the police arrived so that they can see the number of consumed alcohol in the house? So Twala said he could hear what he was saying, but unfortunately he doesn't know how he will answer that question.
Okay.
From the hospital, he never went back to the house. He can only say that the cans were this much, but after that, he doesn't know what happened.
All right.
So Ramosepele asked, you did not dispute the scene was cleaned up. Twala said that he doesn't know about that. He doesn't want to talk about something he doesn't know
about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Ramosepele also asked, now I want us to move on to the next aspect of your testimony, which is the arrival of Longwe Twala at the Khumalo homestead on the 26th of October 2014. So he asked, approximately, if you recall, what time did Longwe arrive at the Khumalo homestead? And Twala said, although he doesn't remember properly, but he could say between 7 and 7:30 p.m. He can't remember well. Okay. Yeah. Not holding that against him. Ramosepele asked, was it still light or dark outside when he arrived? And Twala said it was starting to get dark. So Ramosepele asked for the car Longwe arrived in, and Twala said he was inside the house, so he did not see what the car that Longwe Twala came in was.
Okay.
Ramosepele reminded him that at some stage, he said he accompanied Tumelo Madlala to smoke outside the yard.
So the catch here is that he was trying, for me, Mthoko was trying to dodge the question of explaining the car. And now the next question probably is, was there anyone in that car other than... Because you listen to the line of questioning, it is kind of going to that direction. Was there anyone other than Longwe in that car? Is there anyone that followed you? If you look at all these questions, they are pointing to that direction.
Did he come with anyone?
A very smart guy who's well trained, maybe, or not trained. I don't know. This is obviously a court of public opinion. We are alleging allegations, and don't take what we say serious. Don't take us to court. Because
everything is alleged.
It is alleged here. He's going to run away from that question.
Yeah.
So that's what these questions, maybe for those people who didn't understand him, I like him because he seems to have more knowledge when it comes to criminal law. This is his daily bread. I saw it yesterday, the manner in which he finished the day. It was, let us just get over the line, and while we do that, let us make you feel more comfortable.
Yes.
Without having to raise alarms and whatnot. Because already you are going to go and maybe sleep or maybe have a conversation with anyone that you might have a conversation with. But let us try to not chase you away.
Yes, or make you close in. Let's try to make you as comfortable as you possibly can be.
Exactly.
So Ramosepele reminded him that at some stage he accompanied Tumelo Madlala to smoke outside the yard. He asked, is that correct? And Twala said yes. Ramosepele asked, what cars did you see? And Twala said X6 and a red car. He could not tell whether it was a Polo Jet around there, a Polo Jet or what at the time. So he says no one else arrived after Longwe.
Yeah.
Ramosepele asked, would you agree with me to conclude that Longwe arrived in that red car?
Yes.
Then Twala said not to say that he agrees with him, but he can conclude like that. So Ramosepele asked, at the time Longwe arrived, would you say that the people inside the house were eating and drinking? And Twala said, no, they were done eating. And Ramosepele asked, do you recall if or whether the food was served to Longwe Twala? And he responded, yes, they dished up for him. Ramosepele then asked, when you went back inside the house with Dumelo, how was the illumination like? Like, how bright was it? The lighting, how was that? And Twala said there was light and the TV in the dining room was on. He could see everyone.
Yeah.
And then Ramosepele asked, were the lights on in the kitchen? And Twala said, yes. Ramosepele asked, in your previous answer, you said the only room where you had doubt about the illumination was the dining room, correct? And Twala said yes. Ramosepele asked, you recall if the TV light was still on in the living room area when you came back inside the house? And Twala said the TV was still on. It was never switched off. And Ramosepele asked, had you met Longwe Twala before the 26th of October 2014? And Twala said, no, I was seeing him for the first time. By the talks, you could hear that that person that arrived was Longwe Twala, correct? This is Ramosepele asking, and Twala said, no, that's not the case. What he knew was that he was Zandi's boyfriend, not that he was Longwe Twala. So he was saying that he knew by listening or being told by the others that that is Zandi's boyfriend. He didn't know his name. It was Longwe Twala.
This is now, is trying to cut the cord. Any connection. I know this person is a normal person. Nothing special. Because there are many questions that can come out of that. Could you maybe lie on behalf of this person? Maybe because you are a fan. Because I mean, at some point, this man made music. There's a lot of things that you can think of. So in trying to make Longwe Twala this normal person, nothing special about him, maybe that sort of saves you a lot of questions that you're gonna have to answer. That was my thinking.
It was smart, though. I give it to him.
Yeah, it was smart. Look, when you question these people at this point in time, you have to think that it's like playing with a team that has been training for years.
Yes.
And you just started training 3 days or a month ago.
A month ago, yes. It's exactly what's happening here.
What matters now is experience.
Yeah.
It's not the skill, it's not the fitness. The fitness you probably lose if you look at that. But now what should matter is the skill. How skillful are you when it comes to these things?
Yes.
And that's gonna determine who wins between Ramosepele and Mthoko. Because from what you are hearing from Mthoko, a normal layman cannot answer some of these questions the way the way Mthoko answers them. For me, it sounds more like a person who studied a bit of law and stopped somewhere.
So Ramosepele continued to ask him, so you went to the Kumalo house because you were a guest of the deceased? Then Twala answered yes. So Twala, even at that point, now that you even mention it, that he sounds like someone who studied maybe law and then left it midway. Twala corrected the interpreter's interpretation, and he was like, that's not how I heard the question. You know, the interpreter had messed it up a bit, although he denied it, but he did mess it up. Even I heard it, and he was like, no, but that's not how I heard it. And I was like, okay. Interesting. So Ramosepele asked, when Longwe arrived, did the deceased introduce you to him? And then Twala said no. I asked Senzo, and he said it's Zandi's person / boyfriend. So Ramosepele asked when Longwe arrived, what was his demeanor? And Twala said, I did not see him properly. I only saw him when he sat down. When he entered, he sat down. I don't remember whether or not he greeted. He came in and sat down and started speaking to Zandi.
Now, guys, do you remember
that demeanor is important?
Do you remember when we said yesterday the reason why all of a sudden, with a source that sort of explained the situation at a time when the book was being written? The explanation that came out of that source, I think from the recording, was that Mthoko explained the arrival of Longwe Twala as if there was the angel of death had just passed.
Those were the words that he used.
The angel of death had just passed. So the demeanor that is being asked about, it is so that we can probe and get maybe if he was not misquoted at the time, that explanation, which if there is a recording, it would be nice to hear. Now it's a different story. He came even now it's no longer clear whether he came in and greeted or not. But when he was being cross-examined initially, Longwe came in, did not greet. I don't remember Longwe greeting.
Even but in the recording.
But now it's he greeted. It might not. It sounds like that. I don't remember.
I don't remember whether he greeted or not.
There is an amnesia of some sort that is happening. Small things are gonna count a lot, and you need to always compare. That's a thing. For those who are left behind, you're gonna have to catch up with the videos that we did before the case was adjourned at a time up until now. But because these are our videos, we are going to keep on referring to some of the things, because that is sort of gonna give you an explanation of some of the line of questioning. If you think that the line of questioning is out of line, it's probably because you haven't been following this thing to T. But if you kind of have been following it, you should be able to understand why it is important. The demeanor is important. Why is it important for the lights to be on and off? Because that would act. Even when he said outside, it was almost getting dark. And then when he was asked if there was a light inside the house, there was the light on or off, or there was a light of the sun inside the house. I don't know if you picked that one up. The way he was questioning him was like, he questioned him about the outside part, and then he answered it was getting dark and whatnot, and the smoking part. And then when he got inside, was there a light? Or was there a light? Was the bulb on, in a sense? So luckily, again, I say this person sound to me like a student who stopped somewhere, like someone who went to church and stopped. You know, it's difficult to convince those people to go back to church.
Yeah, it is.
That's my thinking. Okay.
It is. So yeah, it was very interesting. But at least he established that, you know what, at the dining room, the TV light, and then at the kitchen there was a light. I'm happy with that confirmation for now.
Yeah.
So Ramosepele then asked, did you at any time during that period have a chit chat with Longwe? Then Twala said no, he doesn't remember talking to him specifically. He was talking to Longwe was talking when everyone else was talking about something. So he would be in a conversation with everybody else. He didn't have a one-on-one chit-chat or conversation with him.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ramosepele asked, what was the deceased demeanor when he said you must leave the Kumalo homestead? And Twala said, the deceased you're talking about, Senzo Meyiwa. So Twala answered that he was okay. They were laughing. He suggested they leave at around 8 o'clock or 8 p.m. So the fact that he was laughing, he was okay. Also, that demeanor was important.
It was, because was he angry because he was leaving the house, or
was he
irritated?
He's not answering anything on the demeanor. You know what the demeanor? It's like he was looking sideways.
He did answer, but the answers are looking too good to be true. And you know why I'm saying that. At some point, we are told that we are not going to take calls, guys, right now until we are done. There are people who are calling. We're not going to answer the calls.
Guys, we'll open the lines for you.
We'll open the lines and we'll tell you when we open the lines. At some point, he said, initially in his lead evidence with Mr. Vaseline, he said it sounded like Senzo was kind of irritated by some of the moves that were done by Kill. But now, when he said, let's go, it looks like laughing. It was all good.
He was laughing, let's go.
Which, for me, I don't think that was the case. But, well, that's what we were told.
That's his testimony. So Ramosepele said, was he saying you must go to Roy Mahumudza's party?
Roy Mahamudzo.
I'm gonna struggle. My apologies, Roy Mahumudza.
Hey, Inzimbi.
The surname is a tongue tie for me, but we'll learn. Give up Mahumudza.
It's Roy Mahamudzo. Mahamudzo, because you know him, because for us he was playing soccer, so we used to call his name and say name all the time. He was one of the pirate defenders that I think took the treble of pirates. So I'm a Pirates fan, by the way. Tomorrow we're winning. So that's what I'm trying to I would expect it to be easier though to you, Emil. Let's continue.
Well, Twala answered yes. Now my question with this party is, did he know if Kelly knew about this party or not? I wish they would have slid in that.
Maybe it's going there. Maybe it's going there to say.
I'm curious.
When you were about to leave, what was Kelly going to go with you guys, or you guys were gonna leave Kelly out? It is very interesting again, Emily, that there was a young baby and Kelly was drinking.
Not only drinking, moving around a lot, I mean, to me, in my opinion, I know there are people who are defendists. Lalelan, this is my opinion. The way Mthoko has described that day, it seemed like Kelly didn't want to give Senzo time to go anyway.
That's the pain that I got when it was cross-examination from Mr. Vaseline. That was what I got to say that there is no chance. You know, even from the start of Senzo supposedly going to Roy's party, and then the car parked in front of the other car, and then they had to take them to
Can Do
Festival, and then when they had to leave, and
they left them there.
They were kind of irritated. Let's go in any case. Let's go. Sounded like that, and then from there.
Come pick us up.
We're
going to pick up Tumelo. Yeah. I'm going to pick up Tumelo with you. Sambin.
It sounded like there's no breathing time. Do not think about anything else. It did sound.
Do not leave my side today. In our opinion.
Come watch me. I'm going to sing. I'm cancelling the concert. In Mpumalanga.
I'm no longer going to Mpumalanga today. Today I'm not going there to perform anymore. Yeah. So that's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they ultimately didn't go to the party of Roy.
Okay.
The reason was that the deceased was no more. Even in the way he said it, his voice, oh my God. Umufi bengasekho.
Yeah. At 8.
At 8.
At 8. You know, my estimation of this whole incident happening, it was 7. And I still stick with 7. I don't know. For me, this is my assumption. Obviously, I'm not part of the whole shenanigan that is happening there, unless you're going to bring me in. But all I'm saying is that for me, the time sounded closer to 7 than anything, not above 7:30.
Okay, so from what we can pick up from here is that the reason why they ended up not going to the party was because of the incident, according to Mthoko. So he also continued to say that Kelly's the one who said you can't leave without saying goodbye. She was talking to Senzo, but including them. That's him and Dumelo.
Yeah.
So Ramosepele asked, according to your story, on the 26th of October 2014, at a time between 8 o'clock p.m. to 9 p.m., 2 men entered the Kumalo home through an unopened or unlocked kitchen door.
Then the
Twala
answer
said
is
yes.
yeah, unlocked, yes.
Then Ramosepele asked, when you, the deceased, and Dumelo Madlala entered the house after Madlala went out smoking, do you recall if the kitchen door was closed on your re-entry of the house? And Twala said, I don't recall, but it was unlocked when they left. He confirmed that the kitchen also had a butler door. And Ramosepele asked, was the butler door closed when you went back into the house with Dumelo? And Twala said, no, it was not. They were the last ones who entered the house. No one closed it. So Ramosepele asked, before the alleged intruders entered the house, did you hear any noises, sounds, or anything unusual? And Twala said, no. And then Ramosepele asked you, did you see a hand on the handle of the kitchen door, pushing the door and entering? Twala said, from where he was seated, he wouldn't have been able to see that. So Ramosepele then asked, and you say the first intruder who entered the house had a firearm? Then Twala said, yes. Ramosepele asked, from where you were sitting, could you see the firearm as soon as that person entered the kitchen? Twala said initially he thought this person who entered the house was a neighbor, but looking at Senzo, he realized it wasn't. Then he saw this person had a gun. That's where he saw the gun. And this is very important. He said he saw the gun. So Ramosepele then said, how was the holding of the gun? Then Twala said it was on his right hand and he kind of swerved it. It was swerved and swift.
Hey, that's what I'm trying to say. And the swerving and all that, which is
swerve.
I didn't even know that there's something called swerving.
It's a swerve.
That's what I'm saying. It's very interesting. The language that is being used.
Swerve.
It is not that of someone who does not understand the terminologies or terminology of law. It sounds like someone who's half cooked, but we don't know.
Swerve. It sounds like something Vaseline would say. Swerve.
Yeah. What do you want to say? What do you want to say?
In my opinion, no, it's just a joke. It's a joke, guys. I'm not serious. It's a joke.
It's Alex.
Pelagrini speaks nice English.
They
We're not saying that is what he no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just reminded of his English when he speaks.
Okay, let's go.
My Lord.
Before you laugh further.
So he did not point at anyone with the firearm. Okay.
That is a very nice skebeng on this one. Very nice one. Like he comes in your house, he swerves
And another part I forgot. He said he was holding it for us to see. So he was holding the firearm just for them to see.
Not pointing.
And
because I know you attempted to point. It was not pointing here. And then the words that were said is cell phone and money. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Well, Ramosepele said that person with the firearm then confronted people in the house demanding cell phones and money. And Twala said yes. Ramosepele said, did he at that stage point the firearm? And Twala said, I can't remember. Well, he can't remember. He spoke in Zulu. And that intruded spoke in Zulu.
I even wrote this one. It's Zutu. Why I say Zutu is Zulu plus Sutu. Mm-hmm. It sounded like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He doesn't remember him using any swear words. So Twala, then I noticed, in my opinion, that I feel like he was becoming more stiff. Or I wouldn't say hostile, not hostile yet. But more like giving me a Dumelo vibes. And uyasho ukhuluma ngezulu athi now uyasho ukuthi cell phone nemali. And I'm like, oh, okay. When asked to quote the words the intruder used, he didn't want to quote the words that the person that came into the house with that firearm used. Okay. He entered and said cell phones and money.
You know what is interesting to this? How can you determine what a person is when they just say cell phone and money? That's it. How do you know
what language?
Zulu or Sutu? In fact, to even combine two languages.
Zutu.
How do you do that? How do you determine that? Just by saying cell phone and money.
Cell phone and money. So this person walked into the house and said cell phone and money.
For all I know, it could be an American.
Cell phones and money.
It could be an Americano. But I guess this man was able to cipher that. Okay, Zulu, Sutu, combine.
All he needed to say was amaphone nemali, at least to have this one, slide. Well, his demeanor, Twala said he was serious. His tone was firm. So Ramosepele then asked, when the demand was made for money and cell phones, how did you react personally? And Twala said, I was scared and shocked. So Ramosepele asked, the first person to react was Longwe Twala. How did he react? And Twala said Longwe got up and went toward the first person that had the gun, pushed him, and went out the door.
And then when he was about to go out the door on the corridor, comes across the other one who's got a sharp object. And that one, what it does, it just maybe stands and like sideways, so that you know how people how people cross each other on the corridor. It's like sideways, if it's small, sideways, and then you pass.
Something like that. So Ramosepele asked, I sometimes hear of a gun being cocked. Anything about the cocking of a gun, as he was asking them for cell phones. And then Twala said, no, he didn't do that. Okay. So Ramosepele asked, the pushing of that person by Longwe, how did that happen? Explain that. And Twala said he says that he had mentioned where Longwe was seated. So obviously when Longwe got up, he had to pass by where the person was standing to get to the door, because the person was at the passage. He got up and went towards the person and pushed him and went through the arch. I'm like, there's that English that's coming again. I'm like, the arch. And then through the door.
Was it me or something? I had pushed out at some point. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be hearing things. Pushed out. That is like push out of outside.
Through the door.
Yeah. Let us remind you guys. Thank you, Lufat. Can you please like the video, subscribe, and keep on commenting if you can. That'll be a very huge plus. But basically, Longwe passed two people who were carrying weapons.
In summary, in short.
In summary, and they were not close to each other. one would see the first action, and let's say, for argument's sake, you push someone, they sit down because you push them hard. They still carrying their thing where they can just kink lizard you, shoot you, and then they let you walk through the corridors because there's a friend behind, and the friend, instead of taking action, he just lets you pass. No struggle, nothing.
He was still holding.
Because there's no struggle that is explained for the second person. For the second person, maybe the first one pushed him, but the second one, there is no struggle. And then, you go out, and then we know what happened. And after going out of Longwe, he forgot the phone inside, and then he wanted to call. And then he called. There's a lot of things that happened. There's an interview. Something about a pocket. Something about the pocket. There's an interview of what happened. The phone was left inside, but sort of in his pocket at the same time. That's a different story for another day. But you can find, I think there's videos of that.
Yeah,
if you want to know, he's speaking English for those who do not understand Venek.
He speaks in
English, so you can listen to that. It's a long story.
There was an interview, if I'm not mistaken, with the radio station. Yeah. I just can't remember.
I think it was Metro or something.
Was it Metro?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, just search for it if you don't remember.
The phone was in his pocket, but he left it inside. That's how the story is. But let us forget about it.
So Ramosepele asked, after Longwe left the house, what happened? And Twala said, Senzo got up, went toward the person with the firearm, and pushed him toward the kitchen. Ramosepele then asked, when did you notice that second intruder? And Twala said, when Longwe was running out,
yeah,
that is when he noticed that there was a second person at the back.
Yeah.
By that back, he means the area inside the house he called an arc, as if you are going to the kitchen and bedrooms. He did not hear or recall the intruder or say anything to the people in the house.
Okay.
Now, the question that we need to ask ourselves is the subscription. The description, did Longwe push pass by one or two intruders? And that's already what we've covered.
Yeah. So it's very interesting what we are going through now. But for me, it does not make sense that one person can start the whole process and finish without the rest of the people standing. It's like this guy went out because I'm wondering what Long is going to say if he was to come. Mm-hmm. What is going to be the story? It's a pity that they started with these ones. It's a pity for me. I think I would have liked if Longwe is part of the people that would testify for him to come early.
Then there was a moment where the court registrar alerted the judge of a problem with the recording, and then I think that's when I started noticing that he was sweating. Ramosepele was sweating a lot.
Yeah.
So Ramosepele asked that, did the second intruder move to anywhere else in the house? And Twala said that he can't speak on the second intruder because he was not paying attention to them as to what they were doing and how. And he sure does, in my opinion, have a selective memory when it comes to the second intruder. I wonder why. So Ramosepele then continued asking, what was the second intruder carrying? Were they armed? And Twala said yes, a sharp object. He saw it when he saw the second intruder at the time. He was in the kitchen. He saw it. He saw also this is what he said initially, guys. He saw the firearm. He saw the sharp object that resembled a knife. So Longwe passed through the man with the gun and then passed through the man with the sharp object. And Twala said, yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Ramosepele asked, did the intruders communicate with each other while they were inside the house? And Twala said, no, I don't remember seeing them talking.
So basically, how then did you get the language properly? because you said that's what they said, cell phone and money. How did you get the language properly?
Well, Ramosepele then continued asking when they see the two intruders. Now they see that nobody is taking them seriously, you know, and nobody's giving them cash or money. Did they make any verbal threats that if the money and cell phones were not forthcoming, people are going to be shot? And Twala said, no, I didn't even get to that point. It didn't get to that point where they were threatened.
Nice life problems was.
And that was very interesting to me, guys. It was so interesting. I was like, what? No threats. Nothing. It was a silent.
Yeah, it's like if you are right. The story is not adding up. That's why sometimes we're gonna have to laugh about it. What can we say? The story is not adding up, and it's our text that is being used there.
And then he continued. I thought he would stop there, but he continued. He said, maybe if there was one who got up and we obliged, perhaps they could have taken what they wanted and left. But because there was someone who got up and others also stood up, and then he was stopped there by the interpreter. But I was like,
why?
Why does it sound like the person who stood up, you feel like they interrupted the process of robbery? Why are you concluding that?
And I'm already itching to know how the one cell phone that was taken is going to be explained. If it still exists, that cell phone that was taken, if it still counts, if it's still going to be part. You know, people when they speak on the interviews, they have tendencies of changing when they come to testify here. If maybe we're still going to have that phone or that was lost by Kaylee during that time, then how did they take that one and left everything else? Because they were disturbed. Now we're getting an explanation. They were disturbed. Let us accept that. Shouldn't they have just left without anything then?
Well, now it was about the two weapons that he saw. And Ramosepele asked, which part of the firearm did you see? And Twala said, although I can't say which part I could see, it was a firearm. And Ramosepele asked, was it a handgun or a rifle? And Twala said he said that he doesn't know the type of firearm, but it was a small gun. Ramosepele asked what color, and Twala said he didn't know. But he said he saw the first. He did that description, you guys. He waved. The first intruder had the gun in his hand. He saw the gun. But he doesn't know what color.
Wait, let me ask you something. Wait a minute. Why was Dumelo asked to point at the person? I mean, it was Baloi who requested Dumelo to point at the person who was bound to get or who
bail.
was bound to go for hearing on a bail issue. And Mthoko was never asked. But yet they were sitting in the same position. Why is Mthoko not asked? Can you point a person?
Maybe the aim of the pointing has been
achieved. Maybe. No bail.
Maybe.
Because once you are pointed, then you become the person of interest. More of a person of interest.
Then Ramosepele asked, and the color of the knife, and how long was it? And Twala said, I don't know. I won't be able to tell you. Ramosepele asked, wanted to show an exhibit, but he said he will get it later because the one that he got was a wrong exhibit. Then continued questioning. After Longwe leaves the house or left the house, what then transpired? And then Twala said Senzo stood up. They all stood and Senzo was pushing the one with the firearm. They pushed each other towards the kitchen. Even Tumelo got up, Zandi and her mother. I remember taking my phone that was closer to the TV, and then I went towards the kitchen. When I got to the kitchen, there was a scuffle that involved Tumelo, Senzo, and the two intruders. Zandi and her mom beating the intruder. Where's Kelly?
Do you remember how Tumelo explained the movement of Kelly from going on that process, from being in the presence of the intruders,
yes,
and going to the bedroom and coming back? Doesn't it sound like a deja vu of some sort, that the explanation of the movement of someone taking a phone, like they had time, and all of them, they had time
to think,
because Tumelo could see the movement of people, and then so as Mthoko could see the movement of people. They all had time to watch the action.
You know, it was like
it's like think about it like this way. You are sitting in the house. One person stands up, push everyone. You wait for these people. Probably, let's say one falls. That was push falls. You wait for these people to stand up. Then Senzo stands up, going for the person, the first one again, who just fell because he was pushed by Longwe. And then there's a struggle that moves them to the kitchen. And as that struggle is happening, I still maintain the person who had a sharp object standing behind. That means they pass that person now. They go on the kitchen where the scuffle, as they may put it, it's a scuffle, my lord. That scuffle then happens. Like the friend who's coming with this person is not even thinking, let me help my friend. You know, let them pass. And then wait for his fair share of the ladies coming with the crashes, coming to this person running. And as that happens, Tumelo does not help ladies. He passed the ladies because he wants to go out. Just remember, that's what Tumelo said. As he was about to go out, he says, hey, here's my friend Senzo here. Let me throw one punch here.
Remember.
And it turns from throwing one punch. By the way, he's by the door that he was running towards to.
Yes.
And then
that's Tumelo's version.
He turns, he goes back now to hide in the bedroom.
Somewhere in between them, Mthoko got out.
Somewhere in between there, Mthoko got out. I don't know whether Tumi went to the house, to the bedroom, and then that's when Mthoko maybe stood up, was like, okay, now it's my turn, brother. Let me show you how it's done. How do we get out? I'm gonna get out, and by the way, I'm not even gonna jump this short wall. I'm going to run out
of the gate
and go on the corner and then go the other way. It's like an L shape. If for those who do not know, the door is like an L shape. So moving from the other side and then taking the other side, which is it horizontal, and then you go to the gate, and then
you jump the wall.
As you go to the gate,
the neighbor.
You go out of the gate, and then you run through the wall of the Spaza house.
Yes.
The Spaza is that house that the Kumalos were owning at the time. And then you reach the next door gate. Yeah. That's how it is. Then you jump that gate.
Yes.
That's how it is.
To the neighbor.
To the neighbor. And the neighbor does not bother to call the police. He takes you, he walks with you.
Back.
In fact, he doesn't even open the gate and say, let us use the gate. They jump.
They jump both.
They jump.
Okay, I'm sorry.
On that they jump. They say, the gate is too far.
This story is a mess. It's getting worse with every witness.
They jump back. Boom. And jumping back, they do not know whether the intruder, the other one who was left there with the gun, the most important weapon, because the other one was chasing Utum. The other one, they don't even know whether that person is gone or what. They jump, and then they come across Kelly's mother.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's not an intruder. They ask, what is where is everyone else? And they get inside. I don't know how the intruder left the second one, when, and all that. I don't know. But at least the first one, the second one, there's accountability of that one, because he walked past the gate after realizing good jumping gate.
Then he said where he was standing, Christian, which is Kelly Kumalo's son with Jub, appeared. At the time, he was still a small baby. Then Tumelo was in the kitchen where the scuffle was. He was closer to Christian. That's what he remembers. That he was closer to Christian in that scuffle, or in the midst of that scuffle. And then I remember that Tumelo said something about the first intruder being pushed against the kitchen door. So it's very interesting that Mthoko was able to make it out of that scuffle.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Then there was a tea break. Ramosepele said that he wasn't feeling well, and he kept wiping his face, and he was sweating even before. And after that adjournment, Ramosepele said he was unwell, and the matter was postponed to Monday, the 8th of May, 2023.
Well, you would know that we are from far with this court. There has been allegations of Muti and whatnot. Yeah, but it's not me. I don't know. I'm just saying that there has been a lot of things being said. And then when we see people sick, and then now we don't know, maybe we were just gullible, must play motif for city, for you are lying. I don't know. It's everything, man. It's there together. Now it's time for you to call if you want to call.
Yes,
As you do that,
now,
please press the like button and subscribe.
Respectfully,
do comment in a manner that seeks to keep this channel going.
Yes, please, no bullying.
If you come otherwise, we will therefore, my lord, terminate the conversation.
Yes, we don't encourage bullying over here, please. Let's keep the respect. It is nice for us to have.
And give others a chance.
Yes, and give others a chance too.
Give others a chance, my lord. That's got to be it. Not much to comment about. I like the line of questioning. Mr. Veiws is very key in his line of questioning.
Mina, I was happy.
There you go. Zanzi Reality, hello. Zanzi Reality, hello.
Molweni budi.
Yebo budi, njani?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, budi?
We are good. We are good.
Yes. Yeah, ke budi mna ke esikolweni sem ndiziphelele apha esithubeni so nizawuxola na interpreter bakufuneka ku-interpretiwe.
Okay.
Yes.
Akunangxaki.
Ndiqale apha esi story salomfana ne. Asikho totals.
Yeah.
And nimane ke ndiyabona Mr. Afro akayo favorite yeni sometimes.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah.
But ke judge ke ngoke understanding yam, you see, inantsikile imelezele kuba imamele till ke ngoku ijudge xa sekugqitywe yonke into, otherwise i-state sona asina case.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's because bafamblisha nje lo mfana lona imama xa ndi-explain ngendlu ke bendifuna uexplaina ngale ndlu kukho le nto nithetha ngayo nithi yi-arc ne. And then nizawukwazi uba ni-understande kakuhle. I-arc ne kule ndawo ibisuppose ngumnyango ingena e-dining room. I-arc and then ibe ngumnyango ophuma ekitchen. So nam ndi-confused xa ethetha lo mfana uba lo i-second intruder ibinga kwi-arc because i-arc le ivelile yonke apha enantsikeni e-dining room ne.
Yeah.
and then there is no way bengakwazi uphume, and even lo mfana lo wakwaThwala yakwaThwala unantsika ulongwe lo uqale waphuma waphusha lo muntu ophethe isibhamu, and then waphuma kulowa uphethe iknife again. You see, ayikho lonto leyo, and as umuntu wakhe wahijackwa nike nadibana nezinto, I know aba bantu aba even bona bayapenika. You see,
yeah,
have ba ube cool xa udilishana nabo, especially xa besephethe isibhamu sengokuqala uphathe isibhamu awuzazi noma sikhokhile noba kuseni ku-dangerous, so have ba uhlale phansi wenzeke net lento bayifunayo and then bahambe. So esi story soba le hero iye yaphuma yabaphusha bonke zonke izinto, and even noSenzo uphakama kwakhe why esiya kumuntu ophethe aphushe lo ophethe isibhamu awugqiba aye komnye ophethe email. That's what the story ska lo mfana lo wokuqala be-interview wayethe akayazi kahle into ayiphethe esandleni, but uphushe lo unasibhamu wawugqiba wamshiya ephethe esibhamu again. Why engathathanga esasibhamu qala?
No.
So it's a story yona bhuti siphekiwe, and then kuzabakho loopholes eziba kunantsika lo mfana enantsika ebuzwa inantsika i-questions, yebo zizawuvela zona eziba sezivela nango. That's what the story zabasidibana xa uxoka obvious istory sizawuvakala uba no there is something abanezukwazi uba nithethe into efana. That's what awuthethi into eyenzekileyo, uthethe into oyititshiweyo, otherwise nam mandibaleke ndambona ngomso.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. Basically saying that there's going to be loopholes in this story because it is cooked according to him. That's basically the gist of the message for those who do not know.
And with regards to the ark, he was saying that the ark is where there's a passageway to the kitchen and the bedrooms. So it's sort of like
Zanzi Reality. Hello,
is this Zanzi Reality?
Exactly, yes.
Thank God I'm through. I'm calling from Bryanston, Denshire is my name.
Okay.
Yes, I've been following this program, and the only question I'll have is where that intruder, the one that came in with the gun. What I know is when there is a robbery, if somebody has a gun, the first thing they'll make their intentions very clear. If they are to commit murder, they'll shoot randomly. Definitely they'll kill someone. If they are there to commit robbery, they will definitely tell you either you face down or bring whatever you have. But nothing like that happened. He just said, no, he came in, he wanted the phone. Okay, now that guy who I don't know, that the other guy who was running out wanted to exit. All he wanted was to exit. Are you telling me a person with a gun will just let you run, like pass through you and then go outside, and then the other that doesn't make sense at all.
No, it doesn't.
How did that guy manage to pass the same guy with a gun? Just looking at you running outside. So for me, that thing is a no. It doesn't make sense at all, especially that he just entered. Bring a guy, bring your phones, bring whatever he wanted. He didn't assault anyone. They didn't do nothing, and they were all. How can you fight someone with a gun?
Exactly.
If somebody's got a gun and then you follow that person as if you are born with a bulletproof, that doesn't make sense.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sure.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. So,
one thing I can say is that, I'm happy with Ramosepele. In that hour, I cannot complain much because I saw the loopholes. I began to see the loopholes, and that's what I'm hoping that the other defense attorneys have
Zanzi Reality.
as well.
Hello.
Hello, Emily.
Hi. And Mr.
How are you?
Anonymous.
Yeah, we are good. Sir.
Silence again, follow case. You are talking to Veiws.
Yes, Veiws. How are you?
Yeah. What's the way indication I think is the amount to say difference. I'm speaking to so man. I'm sorry, man.
No, not a problem. Not a problem.
Not a problem.
Okay. Marane mekene ka mfana o ta bua so se difference mara fona on tse tshwana le tumelo matlhala sa hae man. I see a tshwana and then that case hectic man we piece at all.
Yeah.
I'm following every day. They show yellow na I follow everything yellow na I follow.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Maybe you wanna take us to the class of Sesotho?
Oh yes, he was saying that it's not making sense. Ever since this case has began, it's a mess, and Mthoko is beginning to sound like, not even beginning, he is sounding like Tumelo, especially when it comes to the events of the house. And he's saying that the case is a lot. He's been following it, and he's also been following us, which we really appreciate. And it's getting confusing every day, every time.
It is getting confusing.
That's literally a summary.
All right.
Yeah, Mr. Anonymous. I've heard of African chemistry taking place in court cases, and
case in particular, the case of.
I have a question also for some of our legal people who are in the legal field, who are working in the legal field. For accused, shouldn't have maybe accused 3 to 5 taken over, or would it have just disrupted the process or something? That's what I didn't understand, because I felt like an hour.
Zanzi Reality, hello. Hi.
Hello.
Zanzi Reality.
Yes, it is.
Mr. Anonymous, where are they from go Mamelodi?
Yes.
Yes, I've been following. I love your channels, but I've been comparing this case with the case of Oscar Pistorius, right?
Yeah.
I thought to prove this thing is so impossible. This Scuffle thing, it's better. Maybe they put a plan, even the floor plan of the house. Maybe with dimension or maybe with whatever, and let these people explain the Scuffle. Because from the arc that they're talking about. That thing is like a passage. It's like a 1 meter width, all the way to the kitchen door. Because in the kitchen we've got cabinets both sides, right?
Yeah.
And then the space in between the cabinets is like almost like 1 meter.
Yeah.
Which is like a passage. You can't be crisscrossing in that small thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was also looking at. Did it make sense? That's why I was even saying that. So the second intruder sort of led longer. Because if you walk straight, you'd probably hit each other. So one, you must just maybe stand on the wall for the other one to pass. I guess that's what happened.
It's like two people meeting in the passage. It's like you can't be, even when they say Senzo was pinning somebody behind the door, there's no behind the door there, because there's a kitchen cabinet right next to the door. If the door is open, it means it only swings, it can only swing 90 degrees. It can't go all the way, you see.
Exactly.
So it means the time that Senzo was pinning the guy on the wall, it means the door was closed,
What will make this case difficult, say, is that unlike the one of Pretorius, it does not have simulation and all these things that are needed.
Progress.
Yeah, but from the defense side, can they prepare something to say, even if it's a floor plan or whatever, even of the yard or whatever, they can maybe use a Google map to redraw or something.
Yeah, well, it's a good idea. Let's hope they are hearing.
Hopefully.
But what they are saying to say the ways, even the Scuffle, what they were meaning, they were just gently pushing each other nicely, because if you assault somebody with a gun, it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
With the crashes, in that small space, you'll be swinging crashes. That thing is almost like a 1.5 meter crash. That thing in that small space, you'll hit the ceiling.
Exactly.
Yes. So, but hopefully, it's just a constructed the story. I don't think it's gonna hold.
Yeah, let's hope. But this is South Africa. Thank you very much, man, for your.
But they are doing a good job, man. I've been listening all along from last year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks. Bye.
Oh, it's a lot.
Zanzi Reality. Hello. Okay. We will pass if you have sound behind you. Cannot. It's lagging. So if you call, you wait for us to talk. You're probably gonna take a couple of seconds. I think 60 seconds
the
before you start hearing us. So
of the TV,
just use your phone.
The background sound, it's disruptive, so it's gonna.
Are you there, sir? Okay, Zanzi Reality. Hello.
Hello, ninjani?
Skona unjani?
Sikhona nathi. Hayi ngimamele nje ku Facebook.
Yeah.
Hayi yona i-case le ithanda ukuhlupha kakhulu.
Iyahlupha.
Hayi ithanda ukuhlupha kakhulu. Kodwa ndiyaqonda bangokunoba seyisegcineni.
Usho kanje?
Hayi yona seyifikile kuvutho ndaba.
Phela if isekugcineni kusho ukuthi this is going to be the end of it, then these people are going to jail and we get a mastermind.
Yes. Yeah, which means now sekusupposed ufumana mastermind wayo yonke le ndaba ngoba sihamba khona ngo. Isinomqondo siyacaceka ngokuba kwenzakalana. Ngoba abakwazi abantu ukuphuma kunomuntu emnyango ophethe isibhamu. Baphuma kanjani? Badlule kanjani lapha kwabantu abaphethe uMessi nesibhamu?
Yeah.
Yeah, yona just nje ithepa ku lawyer enye le ngoba seyibambekile neseyizwa kabuhlungu kodwa bese ifikile ekugqibeleni.
Yona icishe yafika.
Hayi, icishe yafika masithembe ngomvulo sizovenya into.
Yeah. Let's hope ukuthi mangabe ngakalungi kahle, then the next lawyers will take over.
Yeah, but manje akusafunekanga kuvuma ukutshentsha ama-lawyer njengokuba beke bachange abothefu lapho.
Yeah.
Akusamelanga kumele kuqhutyiwe ngabo laba noba umuntu esebalisa lokhu nalokhu kumele baqhubeke ngabo.
Siyabonga mfowethu. Uthe usibuka kuphi mfowethu ku Facebook? Ngizuthi Facebook. All right, cool. Siyabonga mfowethu.
Thank you.
Mnandi.
Thank you to whoever shared the link on Facebook. Thank you so much.
Let us have likes, subscribe, please share as you can, as much as you can. That is obviously Zanzi Reality. Hello. We are going to pass. We are passing because we can hear ourselves. Let me see here. Let me call one person. There's someone who's trying to call us, Emily.
Okay.
Zanzi Reality, hello?
Okay. Zanzi Reality, hi.
I'm calling this one because she's been calling.
Okay.
Zanzi Reality, hello. You've been trying to call us.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Oh.
Hi, Zotando. This is Zotando.
Otandi.
Otandi.
Yes, you are low, Otandi.
Very low. I don't hear properly.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
now we can, yes.
Now you're clear.
Okay. I always call.
Yes.
I khale impica badala le.
Yes.
Yes, labafana laba badlala ngathi. As for nje ukuthi qala uTumelo yena wathi uneighbor wabona i-t-shirt kaSenzo emhlophe efesterini. And manje mengibona ikhishi lakhona kunamakhabethe emafasterini. isinki and the other carpet, and so akukho ukuthi umuntu angama abonakale at the next door. Le eyokuthi ulongwe like uyayikhumbula imoto ka ubani uMacGyver eyayindiza hamba phezu kwezinye imoto. I think ulongwe is invisible. I don't understand ukuthi kwenzakalani. And eyama crashes lo bhuti lo befonile ekhuluma yama crashes, I think ngicommentile ngayizona ukuthi ama crashes are very long. Le yandla ina ceiling end. And incane really. And so ama crashes ahamba kanjani? How does it work ukuthi abantu bashayina ngama crashes abanye babambane lapha? Yazi awukwazi nokuvula inyawo zakho kuleli yakhishi leliyana really uyivule zonke ustretch. The way it's so close everything.
Ngathi indlula one
and
by
so,
one.
Lezi zinto lezi abayishoyo labantwana laba amanga kwakungcono ukutumela because babengasikhombisi kahle indlu. But manje siyibone kahle indlu this time. And kunama intruders azofuna ama cell phone when sakwazi ukuthatha ifone yakho uyifake epocketini. It means labantu laba bebeze la bebengezange ngizothatha ama phone. Bebeze straight kusenza and akukho umuntu obuye ngaphandle azobulala usenza. Lento iskimiwe nje. Ulongwe obulale usenzo ulokungane Mthoko uthe ulokungane ulongo ufike wangena wahlala kwashintsha umoya endlini. Konke kwathula kwathi tu udevil and then ngathi usenzo naye wakwata. Kwaphunyelwa ngaphandle. Kelly is a devil incarnate, that woman, to tell. I'm sorry to say allegedly.
Allegedly, everything is alleged.
Because it's like who's a remote control, the remote controller usenzo too much. Usenzo methu uplane lokho uKelly ayishintshisa mathu wenza lokho uyayishintshisa. If it was not uKelly usenzo ngabe yaphila. And lento yokuthi umama hayi uthi umama siye endlini, why faneka hambe noKelly uke endlini umama. Usenzo bese umkhwenyana and uKelly eze emeleshile ukuthi umntwana ngathi akekho involved lezi zinto lezi, uyehla yenyuka nje uyagijima. And she was not like ukuthi she's making her own money, like because ucancel i-concert abekufaneka ye kuyo. Because after Senzo maybe usenzo ngabi nomandisa. She's not sharing while a side chick. Yo hayi if ubantu besebenzisa izinto shame. Hayi Eka sense it was too much. I'm not saying it. Allegedly. Allegedly. Everything. Those are our names now. Allegedly.
Our names so that we can talk.
But in this case is Twala. I feel like uye ufakwe basini. He's under the bus because kuzomzela okuningi yena. Uzos explain what how did he pass all these people?
Sifuna ukwazi.
Yes, funa ukwazi ukuthi how did he make it to pass? Wayena Mthoko, you have to tell us how did he pass two people baskafula endlini encane. And then yena ukwazile nokubamba umntwana amseke kuphi side.
Hey, nephone ngapha. Ubambe izinto eziningi bese wakwazi nokubaleka.
And then neighbors wajump wabavula kanjalo, and then because mouse is spam, you're not going to open any doors. You'll be on the butler. Kwenzakalani? No, let's call the police. You're not just going to open the door. You hear somebody say, how do you know what maybe he's a part of the Tsotis? This is unfair. This case really labantu, they have to be thrown in the jail. All of them. Because they're going to come with the
book up stories.
Well, ileyo nto le eyake yachazwa ngaphambilini uJoyce ngathi impela ubesho kanjalo ukuthi iqiniso kuze liphume abantu abangena ejele bebesendlini.
Truly speaking, they have to go to jail and face the consequences. Because I think why do they choose even 5 people? And because the intruders, there were 2 people. And so why the extra 3?
Wow.
And who pointed them? Because they had a parade, those people.
Yes.
And they have to draw people. And so why did they choose those ones? Did they, like Bongani Ntanzi, they didn't find a gun. They didn't find anything. And they torture him to say things he doesn't want to say.
Allegedly.
But because it's bad luck, no one following that is accepted to be tortured because you didn't write it down. Who was going to take that statement and write it down while they want to cover nonsense?
Hey.
Hi, I guess bestate labanye bebhodle nabo.
Yebo, hi. All right then.
Thank you for calling. Thank you.
Senzo Reality, hello.
Hey, Senzo, how are you?
We are good, and you?
I'm good. Speaking to Malaji Piani Limpopo.
Yes, Malaji.
It's the first time I call, but last I tried to call, you were offline.
Okay, not a problem.
Not a problem.
Yes, I just want to go straight. Are you live?
Yes, we are live.
Yes, I was just streaming. I was just hearing some ladies were putting some comment there.
Yes.
Yes, actually, I was been following this case from last year.
Yes.
What I pick up about this, it's a second witness from the house. Everything that he's saying, you can see that now he's started to forget the date. That shows that he's been caused. So in this case, actually, we are the family of Senzo won't get closure. Be honest, when you look at how this case is moving, the pace, you can see that we are not going anywhere.
Yes.
This case is just a stage. Actually, it's how the media are making. It's how media are making money at the expense of the family of Senzo. It's a shame to judiciary. It's a shame to Raymond Zondo. How these things just fall while you can see this case is a stage. Actually, it's a Hollywood movie. To be honest, they can just drop this case. To be honest, we are not going anywhere in this case.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, so ushongami mangithi ngiyabheka leyo nto le yenziwa la kule family yesenzo strong kakhulu.
It's painful.
It's painful and ukhombisa khona ukuthi asinda. Then lento le i-display ukuthi mawuthi uyayibheka nje uvela ubone ukuthi hayi kusho ukuthi lezo nto ezichobekayo kule amakhoto eSouth Africa abantu babanjiwe nje bangayenzanga yonke leyo crime. Then uMr Vaselina naye uyambona nje. This man. Come on. It's a joke, seriously. Yeah, but when I check Mr. Veiws, Ramosepele, he was not well prepared. I think on Monday you'll bounce back. Then we can start to see the witness that is going to be cracking on Monday.
Yeah. So it would be a smart move if that was the case.
Yes. For me today, he was not prepared. You could see when he's trying to poking some holes. You see that the coaching, it went well. is covering everything. That second witness, Twala, this guy.
Yes.
Yes. So, but I think is going to went to everything that was unfolded from Mr. Vaseline until this cross-examination. On Monday, we are going to see this witness going to crack. So, to me, actually, this case 636 is not a case that is got answers. The case that's got answers is 375.
So we are itching for 375.
Yes. I think maybe if they can just dig deep, maybe we can see some answers.
Yeah, no, I get you. I'm with you on that one.
Yes. So what you are doing, guys, just keep Umzansi Reality. Is the only show that is giving us a light.
Yeah. We're trying.
I think family ka Senzo iyathokoza lokho nokukwenzayo ngathi ngachubeka nokwenze.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Zanzi Reality, hello. Right. Okay. Zanzi Reality, hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
How are you guys?
We're good. We're good.
How are you?
I'm good. My thoughts are, with the Longwe running away, there is truth to that. Longwe did run away.
Yes.
Basically, he ran away because he brought the gun to the house. That's why there was no car. He then ran away, and that's why Kelly only had to call Longwe's dead, because she had to explain what had happened. Because maybe the gun went off by mistake, and Longwe was nowhere to be found. He's the first one to run out, but the last one to come back. And so only comes back with help. But Longwe, no one mentions Longwe coming back. I think he ran away, and then they had to call his father. And his father is the only guy who can get Longwe, and he got Longwe. And he told him to stop running, and that's why he reappeared at the hospital when his father had orchestrated everything and planned it out the right way and told him, "Hey, Baba, hambe esibhedlela." So khuluma sesibonana.
Okay.
You know, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. It's
Thank you. Yeah, it's your point of view. Thank you. And Tembi Kumalo, Mbulasa, thank you very much for blessing us.
Thank you.
Mzansi Reality, hello.
Hi, Mzansi Reality.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Good, we are good.
Yes. I just want to comment on the case as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Ramosepele seems to be doing great. However, I find him to be a little bit disorganized because he's leaving a lot of issues hanging without a follow-up in his cross-examination.
Yes.
And remember now what we are doing, what he is doing, it's an objective test against Mr. Twala. So if you leave a lot of issues hanging, you are not giving a good ground for the judge to make that objective test whether Mr. Twala is telling the truth or not. For example, he asked Mr. Twala, which ways did the intruder used when he asked for cell phones?
Yeah.
Remember, it was Mr. Twala who said the intruder demanded for cell phones and money. So how did he demand those cell phones? What did he say to you guys in terms of asking their cell phones? Mr. Twala dodged that question.
He did.
He did, yeah.
He did not want to answer that question. Then He then repeated himself, Mr. Twala, that no, he's passing it back to Mr. Msipil, that no, the way you are saying it, that is how the witness said. So I think Mr. Msipil should have followed up that, okay, now because I am asking you a question, you need to at least indicate what did the intruder say. Not the way I am saying it, because I'm asking, I want to understand from you as well. So he is not following up on those kind of questions. And sometimes he will be asking questions. Then all of a sudden he said, no, let's move one step backward. Then he changed the direction and asked another question and leaving what he was asking before. So that is my problem. Himself is doing a very good cross-examination, but when it comes to completing those issues, in order to narrate the story and to give a judge a good ground for him to make that objective choice, that is where I found it to be problematic.
No, we get you. We get you.
Yeah, but he's doing a very good job himself.
Thank you very much.
Maybe he might have realized that's why he said, no, I'm not feeling well. Maybe he wants to go and restructure the question so that we'll see when he comes back next week.
Okay.
Let's just hope that he comes back. So basically, in a nutshell, we are saying he does everything, build up. When he has to finish it, he just changes.
Leaves it.
Yes, remember, you need to deal with aspect by aspect. So you need to deal with one aspect, conclude that aspect, then jump to the second aspect.
Okay.
But if you are taking all these aspects, it will be difficult to draw a conclusion for you as a legal representative. So deal with one aspect, conclude from that aspect. If then you find that, okay, you're not concluding with that aspect with the witness, you can then pack it, deal with the second aspect, and if you find something which links the first aspect, then you go back to the first aspect. But if you are leaving so many aspects hanging, it's very difficult to conclude in the end.
Yeah, no,
it's very difficult to conclude in the end. He started very well with they went to the Doris Nyembe for festival. They left there at around 4. And then they reached the Kumalos family at around after 5, according to him. So somebody left Doris Nyembe in Dobsonville at around 4. They went and passed their regards somewhere else. They went to several places before arriving at the Kumalo place. For me, that time it will be around an hour and a half or 2 hours. I don't think it's enough that you can move from Soweto, went somewhere to pass your regard, then proceed somewhere to buy liquor, then end up in Fosloras. The distance is too much. So you should have capitalized on that question as well.
It is,
but he left it hanging.
Wait, now that you're pointing it out, are you a lawyer?
The language sounds like that.
And no, I'm anonymous.
I'm getting skilled, yeah.
I'm anonymous. Thank you, Mzansi Reality, for the good work.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm a lawyer for that record.
Yeah, I can hear.
Hi.
I can hear.
Hi, Siabonga.
All right.
Okay, good.
Yo, I loved that I laughed because I felt like I'm learning.
The language is sounding like that. I could feel that this is sounding.
When he said he left things hanging, I was like, yeah. No, I didn't even. At this point, I know that they're gonna leave things hanging, but to hear some, it was refreshing. It was refreshing. I got schooled. in five or something minutes.
Let me read this one. Since there's no one calling, good evening to you, Emily and Mr. Anonymous. I'm not sure if I'm the only one who noticed that when the sketch of the house plan was shown, it's impossible that Mthoko could see the second intruder. If it was in the kitchen, he should have been in the passage, and nothing is said as to how the second intruder moved back to the kitchen. Yeah.
You are right. You are right.
You've got a point there, I think Mr. Ramosepele, he's doing well, but today he looks so tired, and Mr. Afro has started again with those cup of tea. Well. We don't know what to say. Mzansi Reality, hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Can you reduce your background?
Guys.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
No, and this is Bamte Budine.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if Olben can attend ngo tefo ingathi no akekho right kakuhle. Ingathi khona ingathi ziyamshiya and imqondi kakuhle.
Oh no. No, he is all right. Yeah, he's fine. He's doing well. I cannot divulge a lot, but all I can say is that he's doing well.
No, and he can't kahle. And the other thing, ndona nkosi yami ndisonda libala lento ngoku important ebendizayithetha apha.
Yeah.
No, mandiyeke seyiflashile benilibele ngutefo apha utefo mna ndimbone kakuhle. Right. Oh, other thing ne make aba bantu bathi le case mayivele drot. No kaloku inenzeka icase kaloku ayihambi kanjalo ngokwazi kwami. We have by case igqitye inokwazi usuku idrot nje case, and remember xa uxoxa case kufuna kuvele inyani. So abantu mabalinde till kuze kufike i-judgment day. Obviously ityala kuthiwa ke thina ngesixhosa ingalo yomthetho inde, abantu mabayiyeke, and then ke ngoku sizawuqala ke ngomhlambi sibe ne-comments ngayo xa sekujajiwe ke ngoku.
Do you think it's still long? I mean, I see that Nandipa moved from what is it, from 6
from schedule 6 to schedule 1.
Nandipa moved from schedule 6 to schedule 1. Do you think it's a saying that manje noma iyafinqeka iba mfishane manje?
Inanzi case le ithi ibande. Sorry le.
Le Dr. Nandipa Magudumana.
Le Nandipa.
Yebo.
Andiyilandeli kahle le. Oh hayi nayi into but anyway andiyilandeli yona nansi ndiyilandelayo cha.
Okay, no, not a problem. It's cool. Thank you very much, man.
Okay, Ngosi.
Thank you. Hey, indalo ingalo yomthetho inde
yona
iphinde bemfishane. Mzansi Reality, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and is that Mzansi Reality?
Yes, it's Mzansi Reality. Everything happening is
magic. Good evening, family.
Hey.
We've had a lot of callers this evening. Just to break the ice, I just want to say Emily looks beautiful tonight.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. With my shawl.
Family, I just want to say the only thing that I did not see lawyer Rubani a questioner Mthoko namhlanje ukuthi nje I was a bit concerned indabeni yokuthi bamuphe after because a lot of things happen in a very short space of time in terms of ukudla, in terms of everything, and what I've picked up ukuthi uLongwe was served after everyone else abesedlile. So I just wanted to ascertain ukuthi na isikhathi after esedlile angene nini ama intruders, you know, So maybe I was also recover, but that for me was very crucial ukuthi ngizibuze ukuthi na isikhathi leso between uye waqeda yini ukudla na iplate yakhe yasuswa or ungene esadla, because that part yiyo engayitholanga kahle ngoba ama plate kuthiwa abeclean ababeqeda ukudla, but this one yalo muntu ongene late waphiwa iplate soon thereafter abantu bangena whilst he was still eating. Isikhathi leso besingakanani between ungena kwalabo, and that for me being grouper the whole day. But yeah, thank you very much, family, for the work that you guys are doing.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you. Right.
Yeah. Hi, people are having questions. My head is
on fire.
Yeah.
It's on fire. Let's take a couple before we close down. We're about to shut down. It's nice. It's Friday. I know it's chilled. It's 12 o'clock, by the way. And thank you. We have 358. Can we have the likes and give subscribers? And thank you for those who donated.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Tembi Kumalo. I think I'm getting the name right. Thank you very much for your blessing.
Yes.
And in terms of WhatsApp, I think we have covered almost everything. Emily, anything before?
Hi, Wabena, I've reached my limit. I have been schooled. I have people that are smart, that are calling in and asking important questions. As in, I don't want to ruin it.
Mzansi Reality, hello. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Ow.
Mzansi, hello. I know he's waiting for me to speak on. Okay. All right. That was not the last one then.
One more.
One more before we go.
One more. Hey, I love listening to you guys.
It's refreshing,
Yes.
It's like
I
we can have a
love it.
section for callers.
And I YouTube, you feel like you're talking to yourself when you are recording. That's why I love the comment section, because I feel like, okay, it's more engaging. But when we are here, when I'm here right now, it's like I'm talking with Mr. Anonymous, and when you guys call in, it's refreshing.
Right, I have listened carefully to the previous caller on the hanging of the issue, on hanging of issues, and my own view of Mr. Ramosepele cross-examination is on point, as he's letting Mthoko paint a picture, a sketch of what he wants the courts and the public to capture. And after he's done with the sketching, it will be difficult for him to rectify it. It's a strategy to trap him, and to this point, he hasn't realized that he. Mzansi Reality, hello.
Hi, I'm Mzansi Reality.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. I think nobody's calling. Let me just close it because I had Danny from my melody.
Okay, then.
Yes. It would be interesting to say, let's say Longway ran out and then he went outside. Obviously, his car was outside.
Yes.
So did he get time to start the car? Because if you are running from somebody with a gun, I don't think you will get that time to start the car and reverse nicely. And he would have maybe ran out of the yard and
that's what he said.
To the neighbors. Yes.
That's what he said.
But I don't think that's what happened. I think he got into his car nicely and got time to reverse and sped off, which to me is not. If he was running from after him shooting or whatever, maybe that makes sense. But for running from somebody with a gun, I don't think he'll get the time. I just hope maybe it will be interesting to find out what happened. Yeah. But thanks for taking my call.
Thank you very much. Not a problem. And anytime.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, but that's also an interesting one. I mean, did he run on foot or did
he said he ran on foot to the park, right?
Yes, he said he ran on foot to the park.
But things do change when you come to give your testimony.
Your testimony, yeah, they
we
do
have since
change.
realized
that. They do.
And guys, I was about to finish this, trap him to this point. He hasn't realized that he will feast on him once he has confirmed his story with him. That's another way of looking at it. I guess we have different types of approach. The caller, he likes to paint the picture while he's going
and
conclude while he's going. I guess you are thinking on a point of view of saying open your ground very wide and then start trimming it nicely, narrowing it until you capture a person.
That's how I felt like he was doing, but yeah, but after that,
I understand the caller. I understand the caller in saying that normally with judges like this, you need to conclude. It depends on the judge for me.
Yeah.
If the judge is like this, you need to create that impression of a person, whether you want to paint a person as a liar in your line of questioning of whatever that you were questioning, and conclude to that to make him seem that he's a liar, and keep on reminding these people, they sleep now and then. Keep on reminding them that this person is a liar. You see, here you are lying, there you are lying. Keep on pointing it out. Judges that are more attentive, judges that are more fresh, yes,
you can do the strategy. But I also felt like maybe he didn't want to get on the judge's bedside, because
this is the very same Afro man that will say,
him in the past.
What is your point?
Yes.
If you have noticed, the man always asks, what is your point? What is your point? You see, that means this person wants to know, what is your conclusion? What exactly are you painting?
Wants you to conclude as you...
He's right in saying, paint it as you go.
Yeah, but I also feel like maybe he didn't want to become too aggressive, because we've seen in the past what would happen when your advocate Tifo and TT Tobani would want to go straight to the point. And
I think Masiane, Tifo is 100% true. The problem is he knows everything about this case. You see, I like people who are capable of seeing things beyond true. I guess you just answered that question. Right, it's a bye from me. Let me put everyone who hasn't been put on a chat. Okay. It's a bye from us, guys. Thank you very much. Until
thank you
next time.
Thank you for your time and thank you for your data. Until the next one. Bye.